Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. Today is Monday, July 30th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading lower by about $3.50 to 1378.75, 1379 level. Again, not a big decline here. Futures were down a little bit lower overnight, but have bounced back a little bit this morning. There's a couple of things to talk about first. The first thing we'll say is there's a Fed meeting. Federal Reserve will hold a two-day meeting, I believe, starting tomorrow. So markets could hold up. Also, there was an Italian bond auction this morning, or I should say earlier today, where Italy was able to sell off, I believe, 4.73 billion euro worth of bonds. I believe the yield on that was around 5.95%. So yield's dipping a little bit. So whether the European Central Bank is in there buying bonds or not, it looks like a successful bond auction at the moment. European markets, for the most part today, are all trading higher. I don't see really any index under any pressure, at least not yet. So they're all holding up fairly well, at least to start the day. And what can you say? That's it. It all comes down to do the yields start to scream higher on Italian or Spanish debt, and that's where the market goes into a little bit of panic mode. Something else very important to look at today is to take a look at the euro. If you take a look at the euro currency, and I'll punch that up right now, you're going to see that the euro is falling pretty sharply too. So when the euro declines, that's a little bit of an eye-opener. Could tell us problems are about to start brewing again. But there's no strength in this euro at all today, and it is falling pretty sharply down to the 122.2 level, and you could even see it falling even as we speak. So again, this could be a little bit problematic. I would be careful. The euro is falling like this. It tells you there's problems, and money is going to go where? Right into the U.S. dollar index. Money goes into the U.S. dollar index. That signals that there are bigger problems ahead. And that's still the most important chart that I think any trader can watch at this time. So again, watch that dollar chart very, very closely. It'll tell you just about everything you need to know, because who could really keep up with this European news? You did have UK GDP contracting, Spanish GDP contracting. What could you say? It's just a real mess out there, but the central bankers obviously hold the cards, and they're able to inflate this market up sometimes at will on just a few words and without little action. So we always have to watch for that. Right now, that's the kind of market that we're dealing with, and we'll just see how this all plays out going forward. A couple of other things to look at in the market. Obviously, we're going to talk about gold and oil. Gold is flat this morning. Really no change. It looks like it's down about $1 right now to $16.22 an ounce. The GLD, if we take a look at that one, you'll see the GLD closed on Friday at 157.54. Today it's trading at 156.85. Not really a big deal there. Oil, on the other hand, is trading lower by 65 cents on light sweet crude to $89.49 a barrel. Take a look at the USO this morning. USO is trading decently lower to around 33.42 after closing at 33.67. So little downtick in oil, and sure enough, you're seeing it. If the dollar gets stronger throughout the course of the day, you will notice that oil and gold should both come under some pressure. Now, it's a Monday. Usually we see the stock plays in the morning a little bit on the lighter side, but here are some stocks making some movements. One is Lowe's. They reported earnings. Right now, the stock's not doing a whole lot. Closed at 27.07, trading at 26.83. I don't see any real problem here with Lowe's, one way or the other. So there's really not a lot to do there, but they did have earnings this morning, and it's probably the most notable firm or company that's reporting earnings. Here's a company that is taking off to the upside today. It's Shaw Group. Shaw Group was getting bought out, I believe, by Chicago Bridge and Iron, so just realize this is a takeover. If you own it, congratulations. Take profits or try your stop loss, but there's nothing to do. There's no reason to buy this now. There's no reason to short it. This is a takeover, a great move, nice takeover bid, and looks like it's going to happen. Chicago Bridge and Iron is going to buy out Shaw Group, so that's the deal there. Nothing to do on that stock. Let's take a look at this OCZ ticker symbol. This is that OCZ Technology Group. Stock is catching a nice bid. This stock is all over the map. I'd be real careful with this stock today. I would not be a buyer here. It is a real thin volume stock, although it had massive volume on Friday on an upswing. I would not be a buyer here. If it gets to $10, I think it can be faded. So watch that level. But right now, there's nothing to do with this. It's a big gap up. Gets to $10. It could be a fade candidate. Let's take a look at this PGNX. Again, I honestly never traded this stock before in my life. But I'm looking at this big gap down. There is nothing to do here. There's going to be some support at $5. If you want to give it a shot, that would be your level, but on the long side. But there's really nothing to do here either. This is a big gap down this morning on this PROGN Pharmaceuticals. This thing should go down to $5. Let's take another look at another pharmaceutical this morning. SLXP is the ticker. This stock today is also getting a little bit of a haircut. Closed at $53 on the charts. It's another light volume name. You got to be careful with this. This is a pretty strong gap down, so we'll see how it plays out. It caught a bounce at 44 already this morning. Sitting on the daily chart, 200-day moving average, or just above it at the moment. The levels I like for this thing, if you want to give it a shot, 44.65 may be some support there. And then you're going to look at $40.87. That looks like a pretty good level to me. 40.87, and then you're going to look all the way down at 37.27. Again, this is a light volume name. It's a strong gap down. You want to be careful on this, but those would be the support levels that could see some possible bounces. So, but just be a little bit extra careful. Lighten up your share size if you do try this one, because it's just a light volume name. These things have a tendency to overshoot. But once again, the levels on this, first level is 44.46. That's going to be okay. $40.87. I actually like that one the best. And then the next level after that, which is pretty good, is 37.27. That's a pretty good level as well. All right, so we'll see how this one plays out. But that's all we have looking at the gap plays again today. So just to reiterate everything that we talked about earlier, you do want to watch the futures, obviously, this morning. But the U.S. dollar index will tell you everything you need to know. As long as the dollar is moving higher, the market should come under pressure. Also, the euro is under pressure this morning, getting a little bit of a rebound now. You can see trading 100% inverse to the dollar, and that should continue. But if the euro starts to slip, that is not a positive for the stock markets. That would be a negative, because that would tell you that money is going into the U.S. dollar index. And the only way it seems that these markets go higher is when the dollar index goes lower. So we'll leave it at that. Have a great trading day, everybody. We'll see you on the charts tomorrow morning. Take care now.